Welcome to Informed Tourist. I'm Curtis, your traveling guru. Have you ever stepped off a plane, suitcase in hand, into a city you've only glimpsed through the lens of Hollywood or glossy travel magazines? Maybe you've spent years dreaming about the neon glow of Times Square, the palm-lined boulevards of Los Angeles, or the iconic skyline of Chicago. But as you arrive, there's a jolt, a realization that the city before you is not quite the one you imagined. The streets are more crowded, the sounds more chaotic, and the energy, while electric, feels unpredictable. Suddenly, you're not just a visitor, but a participant in a city that's alive, shifting, and sometimes overwhelming. It's as if you've landed in a parallel universe, where the familiar landmarks are surrounded by a swirl of new faces and unfamiliar rhythms. The postcard image, gleaming skyscrapers, bustling avenues, and perfectly curated city scenes, rarely matches the reality on the ground. Instead, you're greeted by a city in flux, where the old and new collide in unexpected ways. The landmarks are still there, but the atmosphere has changed, shaped by forces you might not see at first glance. Today, we're not searching for lost treasure or hidden secrets, but exploring a phenomenon that's quietly, and sometimes dramatically, reshaping America's most iconic cities: rapid, massive migration. In recent years, millions have packed up their lives and moved, chasing new opportunities, affordable living, or simply a fresh start. This movement is transforming neighborhoods, altering skylines, and rewriting the rules of city life. This isn't about politics or headlines, it's about what you, the traveler, need to know to navigate these new realities. Whether you're a seasoned explorer or a first-time visitor, understanding these changes can mean the difference between feeling lost and feeling at home. The city you thought you knew may have changed, but with the right mindset, you can adapt and thrive. Think of this as your updated briefing, a guide not just to the sights, but to the pulse of the city itself. We'll look beyond the tourist brochures and Instagram feeds, diving into the real stories unfolding on the streets. You'll learn how to read the city's new rhythms, spot the subtle shifts, and find your own path through the urban maze. Our journey will take us from the towering skyscrapers of New York, where the city's heartbeat never slows, to the sun-drenched avenues of Los Angeles, where dreams and reality blur. We'll wander through the historic streets of Chicago, feel the vibrant energy of Miami's beaches, and witness how each city is adapting to its new reality. And we won't stop there. We'll venture into rising hubs like Houston, where southern hospitality meets urban ambition; Denver, where the mountains beckon and the city grows ever upward; and Seattle, a city reinventing itself at the edge of the continent. Each destination offers a unique glimpse into the future of American cities. In every city, we'll uncover how a sudden influx of people is straining city services, from public transit to parks and beyond. You'll see how the tourist experience is evolving, sometimes for the better, sometimes with new challenges. Expect longer lines, busier streets, and a sense that the city is bursting at the seams, but also expect new opportunities, vibrant neighborhoods, innovative food scenes, and a chance to connect with locals who are navigating these changes right alongside you. The goal isn't to discourage you, but to equip you, to turn you from a tourist into an informed explorer. With the right tools and a spirit of curiosity, you can move through these cities with confidence, discovering hidden gems and making the most of every moment. You'll learn how to adapt, improvise, and embrace the unexpected. Stay with me, because at the end of this journey, I'll share the single most important rule for modern travel, a rule that will help you not just survive, but truly thrive in any city, no matter how much it's changed. So pack your curiosity, your flexibility, and your sense of adventure. Let's dive into the cities that have changed forever, and discover together what it means to be a traveler in this new era. The adventure begins now. What happens when the city that never sleeps gets a wake-up call? New York, a city famous for its relentless pace and constant motion, is experiencing a transformation unlike anything in recent memory. The familiar hum of traffic, the buzz of conversation, and the endless flow of people have all shifted, creating a new rhythm that pulses through the city's veins. New York's latest migration wave has introduced a new, unpredictable rhythm. Every day, thousands of newcomers arrive, each bringing their own hopes, stories, and challenges. The city's transportation hubs, like Penn Station and Grand Central, are now crossroads of cultures and backgrounds, where the energy is palpable and the sense of change is unmistakable. Yellow cabs now compete with delivery e-bikes, often driven by new arrivals, weaving through traffic and sidewalks. The streets are a living mosaic of old and new, where the classic yellow taxi shares space with a surge of delivery riders, each hustling to carve out a living in the city's ever-evolving gig economy. The competition is fierce, and the pace is relentless. The subway, once just crowded, now doubles as a makeshift shelter, entire cars and platforms are temporary homes. For many, the subway is no longer just a way to get from point A to point B. It's a refuge from the uncertainty of the streets above. Riders share space with those seeking warmth and safety, and the line between commuter and resident has blurred. Landmarks like the Port Authority bus terminal have become epicenters of the crisis, overwhelming for first-time visitors. The sheer volume of people, the confusion, and the sense of urgency can be disorienting, especially for those unfamiliar with the city's new realities. What was once a gateway to adventure now feels like a front line of adaptation and survival. Parks like Tompkins Square, and even parts of Central Park now host large encampments, bringing new challenges for visitors and locals alike. These green spaces, once sanctuaries of calm, have become microcosms of the city's broader struggles. The sight of tents and makeshift shelters is a stark reminder of the shifting social landscape, and navigating these areas requires both empathy and awareness. Public spaces are being redefined, and tourists must be more aware than ever. The city's plazas, parks, and sidewalks are still vibrant, but the atmosphere has changed. Visitors now move with a heightened sense of caution, scanning their surroundings and making decisions with greater care. How do you navigate this new New York? Strategic planning is key. Gone are the days when you could simply wander and let the city surprise you. Now, it's about knowing where you're going, understanding the neighborhoods, and being prepared for the unexpected. Use ride-sharing or taxis late at night, especially if you're unfamiliar with the area or traveling alone. These services offer a safer, more predictable way to get around after dark, when the city's energy shifts and the streets can feel less welcoming. Stick to main paths in parks during the day, when there's plenty of foot traffic and visibility. The city's parks are still beautiful and worth exploring, but it's wise to avoid isolated areas, especially as the sun sets. And always have a destination in mind. Plan your route, check your map, and move with purpose. The more intentional you are, the more confident and secure you'll feel as you navigate the city's new landscape. The era of carefree wandering is over. Informed intentionality is essential. Whether you're a lifelong New Yorker or a first-time visitor, adapting to this new rhythm means staying alert, making smart choices, and respecting the city's evolving dynamics. The city's energy remains, but it's now accompanied by a raw intensity you must be prepared for. The nightlife is still electric, the crowd's still diverse, but there's an undercurrent of urgency that wasn't there before. Awareness, not fear, is your best tool. By staying present, informed, and adaptable, you can still experience the magic of New York, just in a new, more mindful way. Los Angeles, built on dreams, now faces a reality far from Hollywood. The surge in migration has amplified the housing crisis. Encampments under freeway overpasses and along boulevards are now part of the landscape. Iconic spots like the Hollywood Walk of Fame and Venice Beach are transformed, with visitors navigating a complex social reality. Public transit is strained, and even driving is more challenging as encampments spill into the streets. To adapt, rent a car, plan routes with real-time apps, and visit popular areas during daylight. Explore less crowded neighborhoods like Los Feliz or the Arts District for a more relaxed experience. The glamour is still there, but you have to look for it between the cracks. LA now demands flexibility and awareness from every traveler. Chicago's famed hospitality is being tested by a rapid influx of migrants. Police stations and airport terminals now double as shelters, creating crowded, confusing environments for visitors. Millennium Park's periphery and public transit lines have seen increased loitering and makeshift shelters, raising safety concerns. Many tourists now opt for ride-sharing over the L, especially at night. Research neighborhoods before booking hotels, use public transit during the day, and stick to crowded cars. Museums and boat tours remain secure, controlled ways to experience the city. Chicago's heart still beats strong, but its rhythm is more complicated than ever. Miami's endless party faces new realities as migration surges, bringing both excitement and new challenges to the city. Neighborhoods like Little Havana are overcrowded, and traffic is more unpredictable than ever, making daily life a bit more hectic. Aggressive panhandling and street vending are now common in tourist zones, adding to the city's vibrant but chaotic atmosphere. Hospitals and public transit are overwhelmed, and parking near the beach is a challenge for both locals and visitors. Stay in quieter areas, like Coral Gables, use parking apps, and explore cultural spots like Wynwood Walls on weekday mornings for a more relaxed experience. Renting a car is almost essential for getting around efficiently. The party continues, but smart planning is now a must for anyone wanting to make the most of Miami's vibrant nights. migration is reshaping booming cities like Houston and Denver. In Denver, transit hubs double as shelters, making public transport chaotic for visitors. Houston's freeways and shelters are stretched, with subtle declines in public maintenance near tourist areas. Civic Center Park in Denver has large encampments, changing the feel of public spaces. Use ride-sharing from airports, focus on outdoor activities outside city centers, and plan your itinerary geographically in Houston. Explore diverse neighborhoods for authentic experiences. These cities offer adventure, but require patience and adaptability. Seattle's homelessness and addiction crisis is now highly visible, especially near Pike Place Market and Pioneer Square. Downtown streets and public transit are impacted, with some blocks best avoided after dark. Security is tighter at major attractions, and finding clean restrooms is tough. Parks feel less recreational, more survival-oriented. Stick to main tourist routes during the day, use ride-sharing at night, and focus on controlled environments like museums and tours. The city's beauty remains, but accessing it is more complicated. Seattle's spirit endures, but its challenges are impossible to ignore. How do you turn these challenges into a successful expedition? Shift from passive tourist to active, informed explorer. Start with real-time research, local news, recent vlogs, and city subreddits. Master situational awareness. Keep your head up, walk with confidence, and avoid displaying valuables. Use anti-theft bags and consider money belts. Plan flexible itineraries anchored by secure activities like museums or guided tours. Always have a backup plan, and be ready to pivot if a neighborhood feels unsafe. For transportation, weigh public transit's benefits against current realities. Use ride-sharing or taxis for late-night travel or unfamiliar areas. If renting a car, use secure parking and never leave valuables visible. These basics are now essential in cities under strain. Flexibility and awareness will keep you safe and open to unexpected discoveries. The informed traveler is always prepared to adapt. That's how you turn obstacles into adventure. Now, it's your turn. This expedition is a conversation. Have you visited these cities recently? Did you encounter surprises or find hidden gems? Share your stories in the comments. City, year, what you experienced, and how you adapted. Your insights help fellow travelers navigate this changing world. Suggest cities or topics for our next dispatch. This phenomenon is global, from Paris to Toronto. Your input shapes our future expeditions. We don't get discouraged, we get informed and prepared. We keep exploring, learning, and connecting with eyes wide open. Your experiences and questions fuel this journey. Start sharing. I'll be reading every comment for patterns, warnings, and opportunities. Together, we build a smarter, safer travel community. The expedition continues, with you as a vital part of the crew. Let's keep moving forward, together. We've seen how America's cities are being reshaped in real time. Skyscrapers rise and fall, neighborhoods transform, and the pulse of urban life never stops. Every visit is a snapshot of a city in motion, a living story that's constantly being rewritten. As travelers, we're not just observers. We're participants in this ongoing evolution, and that means embracing the unexpected at every turn. If you remember one thing, let it be this: manage your expectations, not your itinerary. It's tempting to plan every hour, to imagine a flawless trip where everything goes according to schedule. But the reality of modern travel is far more unpredictable, and that's not a flaw, it's an opportunity. Your itinerary can be shattered by delays, closures, or sudden changes in weather. Attractions may be unexpectedly closed, transit might be rerouted, or a local festival could transform the city overnight. But your expectations? Those are entirely within your control. Flexibility is your greatest asset. Expecting a perfect postcard city sets you up for disappointment. The glossy images in guidebooks rarely capture the full reality. Sometimes the skyline is shrouded in fog, or the streets are under construction. If you arrive searching for perfection, you'll miss the beauty in the city's imperfections. Instead, expect complexity and surprises. Prepare yourself for the unexpected. A street parade you didn't know about, a detour that leads to a hidden cafe, or a conversation with a local that changes your perspective. These moments are the true rewards of travel, the stories you'll remember long after you return home. Cities are living, breathing organisms, messy, beautiful, and full of challenges. They're shaped by millions of lives intersecting, by history and progress colliding. Every block tells a different story, and every day brings new surprises. Embrace the chaos, and you'll find meaning in the movement. When you encounter hardship, see it as part of a city in flux, not a ruined vacation. Lost luggage, closed museums, or noisy construction aren't failures. They're reminders that you're experiencing a place as it truly is, not as a static postcard. Each challenge is a chance to adapt, to grow, and to discover something new about yourself and the world. This mindset turns frustration into observation, fear into understanding. When you pause to watch the city unfold, you'll notice details you'd otherwise miss: the rhythm of daily life, the resilience of locals, the small joys hidden in unexpected places. Travel becomes less about checking boxes and more about genuine connection. Build realistic expectations before you go, and adapt your plans on the fly. Research the city, but leave room for spontaneity. Talk to locals, follow your curiosity, and don't be afraid to change course. The best adventures often begin when plans fall apart. You're there to witness the world as it is, not as you wish it were. The real magic of travel lies in embracing authenticity. The laughter in a crowded market, the quiet moments in a city park, the unexpected kindness of strangers. These are the memories that last. That's the golden rule for deeper, more rewarding travel. Let go of perfection and open yourself to the world's surprises. When you do, every journey becomes an adventure, and every city reveals its true character. If you found this valuable, like and subscribe for more dispatches. We're just getting started, and there's so much more to explore together. Next, we'll explore how these forces are reshaping Europe's ancient capitals. From cobblestone streets to grand cathedrals, change is everywhere. And the lessons of adaptability apply just as much across the Atlantic. Until then, stay curious, travel smart, and remember, the best journeys are the ones that surprise you.